Oh my God, Big Liar Bear. Fuck, man. How long was I fucking muted? I gotta read that whole thing back. I just commented that. Damn, Eliz. How long have I been muted? Damn, that shit was good. Fuck, man. Ah. Ah. I'll do it again. But yeah, I just read I just read it all on mute. I'm gonna read it back. Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Big Liar Bear. How long has it been muted? Jeez, man. Why don't they put timestamps in the freaking chat? Thank you. How long? Damn. All right, let's go back to the top. Jeez. All right, so a bit of backstory is needed for this. I am the youngest of 4 with 3 older sisters. I moved away from our family to Florida since you started. It's okay. I'll start again. How is everybody doing? It's March 23rd. So everything oh my goodness. So yeah, March 23rd. I hope everybody's doing great. Monday. Yesterday was my birthday. I turned a decade older. I can't believe I'm that old, but it is what it is. Maybe something with the Mandela effect in time, like this dilation and distortion. I think I'm really like 24, but somehow with time dilation, I'm 40. So that's all that happened. But, you know, and they say if you really believe it, it really works. Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Big Liar Bear. Jeez. All right, so back to reading. At least it's only been this one post that I've read. And I just commented on it and told them that I had opinions on it, and I did, but I was muted. So I'm going to read it back, and I'm going to share my opinions again. So a bit of backstory is needed for this. I'm the youngest of 4 with 3 older sisters. I moved away from our family to Florida about 5 years ago for my job, which is where I met my girlfriend, Margie, fake name, and I've lived here ever since. About 1.5 years ago, I asked Margie to marry me. We did a short trip to Colorado to check out some venues in October 2025 and decided to have the wedding in July 2026. We opted for a destination wedding in a beautiful venue in Colorado. This venue had everything: a lake, mountains, great views. Unfortunately, the venue charges per head, so we had to keep our count below 15 people to avoid some outrageous costs. So no plus ones. Oh, wow. The venue charges per head, so we had to keep our count below 15. So how did you arrive at the number 15? Is that like the max number of people you can have in any of the buildings that you're going to use or something, like for a fire code or something? To avoid some outrageous costs, so no plus ones. You arrived at 15 somehow strategically. And don't, like, that's where your fucking story falls apart and you're the asshole already, because that's bullshit. So you're already an asshole there before any of this other shit you're an asshole for that I'm going to tell you about. Because you're an asshole for a bunch of other things that I read in this. About 1.5 years ago, in November 2025, during a chaotic video chat with my family for Thanksgiving. These people have video chats. I mean, I have WhatsApp calls, but you guys, it sounds video chat. It sounds like it was a group chat. What was it, like 6 of y'all, I bet? Or no? During a video chat with my family for Thanksgiving. Oh, that's a great idea, I guess. Everybody gets on video for Thanksgiving, and everybody could be together. All right, I'm an idiot. I didn't think about that. That's a good idea. That's a good way. So was it like a Thanksgiving thing? So I misunderstood that. I thought like you guys have like weekly like planned video chats with the family for Thanksgiving. Even that wouldn't be that bad, I guess. They were all asking for details for the venue. So maybe I'm an asshole too, by the way. I'm reading all this, and that's why I'm certified to point out when you're the asshole, because I can recognize an asshole, you know, being an asshole. We were working out who we could invite. I tried to give some details, but told them not to book anything yet. We later found out that 2 of my sisters spent $4K in flights, rentals to Colorado for their whole families with a Black Friday sale. Yeah, exactly. They're trying to save some money while they come to support you. You should fucking be like, okay, that's great. Because of the headcount problem, we couldn't invite their whole family to the wedding, but they wanted to make a family trip out of it. Even the kids and husbands couldn't come to the venue. Right, so that's fine. Let them bring their kids and husbands. They're not coming to the venue. Then we sent out RSVPs to everyone, and the two sisters who booked the trips already marked that they would only come for the wedding date and reception. Fine, and none of the day before or after activities. Minimum is wedding date. If they at least come to the wedding date, that's like, you should be fine. You should be happy with that. Like, they don't need. Now, I understand if they're like, oh no, we can only come for the reception the day before, but we can't be there for the wedding day. Then, like, yeah, that would be weird. But okay, so what? You're making it sound like this is a problem, like, that they can only come for wedding day and reception, and none of the day before or after activities. Yeah, okay, people have fucking things they got in their life, going on in their life that has nothing to do with your wedding. This is when we found out that they already booked their family trip. We didn't even know. So what? You're punishing them because they saved some money on the fucking coming to your wedding and made a family trip out of it? You're a fucking weirdo for that. Like, yeah, they did that, so what? That's not a problem. We didn't even know they had booked anything before we sent the RSVPs. This also kind of hurt that I don't see them more than once, twice a year. Oh, they've hurt your feelings, and I was hoping they'd want to spend some time with us. We know destination weddings are pricey. Exactly. So we also booked a reception in New York. Within driving distance, maybe instead of spending all this fucking money on going to New York and Colorado and shit, maybe you should have spent the money going to New York on your family, helping get there. Within driving distance for most of our extended families to celebrate together. Initially, my sisters and parents said they could come to a reception if it's within driving distance, but because of the money they spent on Colorado, right, they couldn't afford to come to New York anymore. Right, what the fuck, you want them to fly here, go there for your fucking wedding? Or if I could be misunderstanding what you're talking about, but if you're expecting people to go to Colorado and then to New York, that's what you were originally going to expect? Wow. You were more of an asshole than I thought. They couldn't afford to come to New York anymore. Undecided. Wait. Yeah, no. So, right. If once you're like, yeah, come to New York too. They're like, nah, we can't go to New York too, bro. We're already going to Colorado. Fair enough. We started looking to venues closer to my family so they could come. And they were still basically saying they're undecided. Because of that, plus the added stress of planning a second reception. Right. What the fuck? A second reception? Weirdo. We decided to cancel the New York venue and use those funds toward our Colorado wedding. Yeah. Great job. Then they started complaining about Margie's brother getting a +1, which we allowed because it's her brother. He's deployed. Which we allowed? Why do you have to give an explanation? Which we allowed because why do you have to, like, what do you mean allowed? Because he's currently deployed out of the country and likely wouldn't come if he couldn't see his wife while back in the U.S. And then they started complaining about my family not being allowed at Colorado. And to top it off, my one sister who didn't book anything yet told us she doesn't want to stay with anyone but family. Something in me just snapped. I invited my sisters to my wedding. So you snapped and made a decision in your emotional fucking state? Now they're all sending me angry texts and calls since they booked the trips on their own timeline and didn't respect it. You're fucking being a little pissy because they booked the trip. It's almost whether they knew or they didn't, or they assumed because you like told them that you might have a wedding there, and like, you know, whatever it is, like, you shouldn't be punishing them just because they fucking saving money or they're going on a trip out there too, you know? Even if they're doing it for your wedding and they're saving money, you know, they're doing it to save money, whatever. All that's fine. Who cares? If they're going to your wedding, that's all you should care about. Yeah. Stop being weirdo. But what I wrote is, yeah, you're the asshole for damn sure. You snapped and made an emotional decision that negatively affects a bunch of people who are kind enough to come celebrate your day. Said Dmitriy Questions on YouTube. So yeah, I hope you showed up, buddy. And Liz, what do? So I guess I'll watch your stream, Liz, but you gotta send me a link. Because Owen said, you know, he said apparently you're cool now, is what I was trying to say. He said you're good people. You're the asshole. 15 is a ridiculously low number for a wedding, especially when you, right, exactly. When you have 3 siblings, so it was bound to cause disputes to start out. Right. Where the fuck did he get 15? Why 15? Where'd you get 15, bro? Where? You've offered a big fancy show to your family and then said most of them will have to sit out. Yeah, like a fucking weirdo. Then on top of this, you throw a wobbly. Right. He acts like a diva and then is surprised that he gets reactions. kind of strange, if you ask me. Yeah. Poor future wife of yours, bud. Damn, she's a soldier. Put up with your ass. Am I overreacting for not sitting on him on his birthday? Am I overreacting for not sitting on him on his birthday? What? Should I go home? If you want to, just let me know if you do. I'll just Uber home. If you don't want to be here with me, I feel like I should. All right, this is bullshit. I'm not reading this. Let's see something new, something fresh, something live, something raw, something tender. I never got closure. I don't know how to move on. I'll let you know. There you go. There was a boy I liked. Okay, you said a boy. I liked since. There was a boy I liked ever since I was a kid. It wasn't just a childish crush. At least it never felt like one to me. He was about 5 years older than me, and he was always kind in a way that stayed with me, like a groomer kind. He used to buy me candy. Oh yeah, this sounds not good. When I was little, and as I grew older, it turned into other weird gifts. No, and he'd still help me whenever I needed it. He was my best friend's brother, and he was a friend of a family member. Great. So this is exactly how this starts. And she even knew I liked him and was happy about it. I spent a long time overthinking whether I should confess or not. I kept hesitating, telling myself I'd do it soon. And I remember clearly that I had finally decided to tell him. And then about 2 weeks later, I found out he passed away from a heart attack. It's been 6 years now, and I still feel stuck sometimes. Not in a dramatic way, just something never fully closed. I don't know if it's the feelings themselves or the fact that I never got to say anything. He was my first love, and I never got a proper ending. Has anyone else experienced something like this? How do you move on from something that never even had the chance to begin? I went through something just like this. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking? How old are you? Don't know how much kind of important to know before, to know what I can share, what I can or should share. Said Dmitriy Questions on YouTube. Look at that signature, boom. Yeah, I don't know. Next one. At what point did my support, we have this, notifications. Reply to your comment and might drug. Iterate, who replied? A major threat to her how? Before he left, he was upset at me and told me that if I end up doing it, I'll regret it. He even told me to watch out. Last paragraph. And that means he's a threat? That means that's a threat? What the fuck? What is it? That's a threat? I read that as she will regret it because getting an abortion is the wrong thing to do. I'm being very genuine. Like that's how I understood that statement. Not in a thread anyway. Maybe it's my misunderstanding. It could be misunderstanding, since English is not my first language. It's not my first language. I mean, this literally happens a lot. I need to go back and fix all those errors, but that's a threat. I read that as she will regret it because getting an abortion is the wrong thing to do. I'm being very genuine here. I really am, though. Like, I didn't read that as a threat, and like, that's why. It's funny how literally miscommunication happens. That's exactly how it happens. And if it could be something a lot more serious. I'm being very genuine. That's how I understood that statement. That's how I understood that statement, and not in a threat. Not understood that statement. Not as a threat in any way. Not as a threat in any way. Maybe it's my understanding since English is not my first language. So, yep, there we go. I mean, that happens a lot. All right, who else replied? So you cannot read? Holy crap. No, maybe I misunderstood. Whoever said I can't read, where the hell is that? I probably misunderstood. All right, you're just being a fucking dick. How much? Oh, yeah. I don't know, man. This is a parking situation. She's saying, so you cannot read. Holy crap. Just answer my fucking question. Why? Oh, you cannot read. So there's no parking anywhere within walking distance, what you're telling me? Still not answering the question. So there is, and you're just fucking, so there is, and you're just a lazy asshole. And you're just lazy. You're just lazy. And there must be parking. There must be parking somewhere you can walk to. I'm also being kind of an asshole because I understand like it's probably inconvenient. But no, they're like arguing with their neighbor. I'm not going to encourage that. They're blocking each other in, parking in front of each other's driveway. I told them to go park somewhere else. Like, duh. All right. Oh, shoot. Sorry about this. Oh, shoot. Sorry about this. Close that. Yeah, those good people. You've always been good people. This is gold. Yeah, I hope it is, man. It's 40 days now, Liz. It's 40 days I've been doing this. And I'm going to do it for 100 days. And I've already reached the conclusion, like one conclusion for sure. It's definitely, well, then again, streaming daily kind of is the way to go, though. I was going to say streaming daily is not the way to go, but then again, it is, though, because like right now, people that are the streamers, they're making money streaming daily, and they're doing shit and streaming. Maybe that's what I need to continue doing. I started to do that, but I was like, that's too much, doing the YouTube thing and then doing Kick and Twitch. So now I just stream this to Twitch and Kick, and I kind of stopped doing the like gaming and just talking on Kick and Twitch, but maybe I need to go back to doing that too. Especially right now while I have the free time until April 16th. But man, I'm glad I'm unmuted for now though, because being muted was not the way. Am I overreacting by ultimately canceling this meetup of an old friend? Okay, let's see. This is true. I would like to see you, but I must lock into studying tonight. But I am around tomorrow. It can wait. Okay, come over, or I'll come get you. I will sometime this week. Oh, what will we do? Anything. Okay, this sounds like predatory. Ice cream? Reacted to ice cream? Okay. I would honestly did not expect that. A quick turnaround. I would like to reconnect. Does not feel like you really want to. I am a very present moment. You're good at plans. Today is open. I'm busy tomorrow, Tuesday. Thank you. Planning is super important in how I function. Could also do something closer to you, though. Are you busy today? There's a place I call Pressed Cafe. Very healthy and enjoyable. Need a juice and salad after my recent consumption, so I planned something for Thursday today because I didn't hear back. If it falls through, I can let you know. Okay. Let me know once you figure it out, so I know. Oh, you guys can't even see shit. Wow, I'm a genius. Fucking genius. Sorry about this. That's not much better. Let's see if this will work. There we go. So, yeah. This is what I was reading. So, I thought I mentioned that word. Whatever. I don't want to read this freaking dumb chats between two random people that I have no information about or really much care to know about. All right. I like the ability to take people down. That sucks for you. Well, or don't stand up with people. That's jiu-jitsu stuff. Breakups. All right. Am I the jerk for ending things with my boyfriend, telling him to move out after he ditched me at an event and went somewhere else without me? Probably not. I, 25-year-old female, have been with my boyfriend Mark, 26-year-old male, for about 3 years. We met through mutual friends and built a pretty stable life together. Nothing flashy, just Oh my god, how long have I been muted this time? I can't believe I was muted again. Oh, I just stood up to turn off the lights. Okay. Whew. Whew. Thank you. You showed up at the right time, or have you been here for a little bit? Oh, and I'm glad lucky enough, the Twitch chat is like right here up here. The YouTube chat and the Rumble is more to the right. Oh, thank you, Kate. You're a godsend. People come at the right time. I need to pay attention to that more. Just join? Yeah, I just stood up to turn the lights off, so I know I had to just turn that off. No sound, Eliz. I know. How long was it muted, Eliz? Not too long, right? Somebody else just told me in Twitch. I think Twitch gets the feed a lot quicker because I think I streamed to Twitch first, so I have a multiple stream. Yeah, actually, I need to stream to YouTube as one of the primary sources going forward because it looks like YouTube is getting the stream last because it's one of the last ones that I fire up, and it definitely is. It's now that I think about it, when I go live, the way I do it, I need to change up how I go live so YouTube gets the earliest, basically, link of the stream. Just a few seconds, right? When I stood up to turn off the thing. Awesome. Thank you so much, Eliz. So am I like, I just read just a few seconds, so, and I asked that about a minute ago. Yeah, it's about a minute behind. All right. The event itself was fine at first. There were maybe okay, we read that. I brushed it off and went to mingle elsewhere. Yeah, because the vibe shifted every time you came around Mark and Lena. We heard you. Like I was in the way. I brushed it off and went to mingle elsewhere. Eventually, things started wrapping up, so I went looking for Mark so we could leave together. Before I found him, Lena came up to me and casually mentioned there was a small after-gathering at her studio. I said, oh, cool, assuming we should both go. We would both go. She hesitated, then said, it's kind of just a small group, mostly people from the art scene. The way she said it made it clear I wasn't included. Confused, I texted Mark, asking where he was. He replied, already heading to Lena's place. Thought you wouldn't want to come anyway. See you later. I asked him directly if he knew I wasn't invited. He read the message and didn't reply. I went home alone, feeling embarrassed and honestly humiliated. I stayed up waiting, my head spinning the entire time. Around 6 a.m., Mark finally came back. I saw him getting dropped off by Lena. Yeah, dropped off. He dropped her off. If you know what I mean. They were laughing, and he gave her a lingering hug before coming inside. He gave her more than a lingering hug. When he walked in, he acted surprised that I was still awake. That's when I told him I was done and that he needed to find somewhere else to stay. What? At first, he acted like I was overreacting. He said nothing happened, that it was just networking, and that I wouldn't have enjoyed it anyway. Then he flipped it on me, saying I was being insecure and making a big deal out of nothing. I told him it wasn't about what may or may not have happened. It was about the disrespect. He knowingly went somewhere I wasn't welcome, ignored me, and left me to go home alone. We argued for hours. Eventually, he became bitter and said I was throwing away a good relationship over one night. He moved out the next day, and now I'm sitting here wondering if I overreacted or if I just finally saw things clearly. Let's see. That's a good one. So, all right, I'm gonna give it the proper read through, go back through it, and really understand it. So they went to an event. There's 40 people, the art, wine, blah, blah. So, but after a while, I noticed that whenever I joined, right, in Lena's circle, the vibe shifted. Conversations became shorter. People stopped engaging, and Mark barely acknowledged me. Lena especially seemed dismissive, like I was in the way, right? I brushed it off and went to mingle elsewhere. Eventually, things started wrapping up, so I went looking for Mark so we could leave together. Before I found him, Lena came up to me and casually mentioned that there was a small after-gathering at her studio. I said, oh, cool, assuming we would both go. She hesitated, then said, it's kind of just a small group, mostly people from the art scene. The way she made it clear I wasn't included. Confused, I texted Mark asking where he was. He replied, already heading to Lena's place. Thought you wouldn't want to come anyway. See you later. Oh, yeah, that's fucked up. He's a piece of shit. Yeah, fuck that, dude. I asked him directly if he knew I wasn't invited. He read the message and didn't reply. I went home alone feeling embarrassed. Honestly, yeah, I stayed up waiting, my head spinning the entire time. Yeah, fuck him. Fuck that guy. But yeah, fuck that guy. Yeah, fuck that guy. As a guy, I can tell you, that's a piece of shit thing to do. That's a piece of shit thing to do. I don't know how they do it in the art scene, but that's a fucking... He didn't ditch you by accident. He made a choice. Ignored your text and watched Lena make it clear you weren't wanted. Right. No, yeah, what the fuck? It felt like I was just erased for the night, like I didn't exist the moment something better came along. Yeah, why would you want to be with somebody like that? Oh, yeah, we forgot to add, said Dmitriy Questions on YouTube. Yeah, you do not want to be with that fucking guy, I promise. You like my marketing, Elizabeth? How my new signature? And it's not leaving a link, so they can't really say anything. Am I overreacting? My husband won't allow me to stay in a hotel for a night. What the fuck are you going to do in a hotel, though? You might be, or you might not be. Hello, I'm just wondering if I'm overreacting about my husband not letting me stay in a hotel for 24 hours. Are you going to get your bag blown out? I'm a stay-at-home mom, so my whole life revolves around my daughter. In the main one, I also wake up in the main... I'm the main one. I guess I'm the main one, also waking up every night caring for her, as my husband works late and is always tired. For over a year now, I've been asking if I can have a vacation day. Today, I told him how I wanted to stay in a hotel for one night. Okay, if I can have a vacation day. Today, I told him how I want to stay in a hotel for one night, and he struggled to say no. I got really upset because he has taken many trips with friends, sometimes just for the day when he comes back the same day, but multiple since our daughter has been born. Our daughter, I'm sure, has been born. He's gone for overnight trips, day trips, and even planned a whole week trip. Now he's planning another week trip to another state. I agreed to let him go because why wouldn't I? But now all of a sudden, I'm not allowed to have one night in a hotel alone. I asked him what he thought I was supposed to do for my vacation day, and he didn't say anything. I told him it's kind of controlling to not allow me to have one night in a hotel. To which he said, I'm just arguing with him to get him to say yes, and he won't do to leave him alone. No, he's a fucking piece of shit. While he was showering, I know, wrong place, wrong time. I asked him to explain because his logic on why I can't stay in the hotel. He shut the door and told me to get the fuck out. After about 2 minutes of gathering my emotion, I asked again politely why I couldn't, and he couldn't just explain his thought process around it, because I generally don't understand how it's fair that he can go on trips without me, but I'm not allowed to stay in a hotel. What kind of hotel? So he opened the shower and sprayed me with a shower head and left me what the fuck? I left him alone, which I probably should have done when he first asked, but I'm racking my brain trying to figure out why I'm not allowed to have one night without worrying about anything. Am I overreacting? It depends. It depends. What kind of fucking hotel are you trying to stay in? What type of hotel are you trying to stay in? And what type of activities do you plan on engaging in? The answers to these questions will heavily sway the morality of your actions. Yeah. Did anybody ask her? Are we talking about your father or your husband? What do you mean allow? You're an adult. Yo, people, look, see, people are just gonna defend her. All these fucking people, they're ready to defend her. They don't know what kind of hotel is she going to? What if she's trying to stay at the Motel 3? You know, not the Motel 5 or, whatever it is. Motel 8, Motel 5. It's literally the Motel 3. But no, or she's trying to stay at the spa, like hotel. So, like, it's not obviously it's not still allowing, but like, if she's again, what is she asking to go do? Not overreacting. I've been married over 40 years. I'm allowed to do whatever the hell I want. So if you it's not about being allowed, but if you're just saying, I'm going to go to the hotel in this shady ass part of town that all there is hookers and fucking drugs, I'm just going to go relax with the cockroaches over there. Even if it was her father. Or if she's going to like a spa hotel, that's different. After all this, like, I'm going to a hotel to get a massage. That's okay, But again, what kind of hotel are you going to? I think abuser is the correct title here. Or he could be savior. Depends on the answer to what kind of spa she's going to or hotel. A father doesn't need to allow anything either for a grown woman. It's not about allowing. Who said? Did she ask if am I allowed? She's asking if she overreacted. About what? Who said Raw's around my daughter? Where does allow me? Oh, people get so focused on the fucking title. Allow on the word. I get it, allow, but like, well, I guess, yeah. But still, like, let me ask you a question. Okay, this is a really good point about, so if anybody's here, do you think there's a good time to lie to somebody and a time when it's correct to lie to somebody? I think there is a good time to lie to people. Like, there's actually, like, there's times when the right thing to do is lie to somebody, and maybe even lie to a group of people in certain cases. And I could think of multiple scenarios where it's the right thing to do is to lie to somebody. Because, for one example, is if the person can't handle the truth because they're not like emotionally stable enough to handle the truth without their mental state becoming affected, then unfortunately it's better to lie to them. If you have a delusional person, right, that, will flip out if you tell him the sky is any other color than blue, why would you tell him? I mean, that's a horrible example. That's a fucking horrible example. If you have a delusional person, right, that will, let's see. Hope I didn't mute myself. Will flip out because they don't like something you're doing. And what you're doing is not negative in any way, right? So, yeah, that's a great example. You have an individual who will literally start hurting themselves emotionally and mentally if they know, if you tell them you're doing something that's not even like harmful, then why would you tell them that? The right thing to do in that case would be to lie to them and just tell them what they want to hear because they're delusional, to keep them happy. You're protecting their own well-being. You're literally protecting their own mental state because they can't protect it. So everybody has like this fight or flight system, right? But some people, they have issues controlling when they should use it. So like some people, they, benign information that shouldn't make them flip out will make them flip out when it should be something that they're not even concerned with or that has any bearing on their life, It's crazy. Like, people will flip out over shit that has no effect on their actual life. How is that reasonable or logical? I have no clue. I can't call it. All right, next. Did we reply to this? Yeah, we did. Right, we need to know what kind of hotel she's staying at. What's going on? So, before anything, did we find out how old this person was? reply to your comment breakups. I'm 23. Okay, now how old are you? Kind of important to know what kind could have shared. Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay, I lied. I didn't go through something just like this, but I've had a lot of people I know that died, and yeah, you shouldn't be too distraught over it. I guess we'll type. There was a boy I liked for 5 years. Some kid died that she had a crush on. I mean, there's not much you can do. Okay. Well, first, I fibbed. I haven't been through anything. So I feel bad for lying. So that was not a good reason to lie. Jeez. But that was joking. That was a joke. That was not a lie. I literally was feeling bad, but that was not a lie because that was it was what it is. It's entertainment. Okay, well, first I fibbed. I haven't been through anything similar, but all I can say is you don't really. This is a good point for you to have closure. You don't know how he would handled the news of you liking him. So maybe it's better that you didn't. You liking him. So maybe it's better. That's true that you didn't. Just remember the good times. Remember the good memories of him and or just keep those with you. Yep. See, we out here saving people. If we can just type. I wonder if anybody else actually still types. With AI now and ChatGPT, does anybody actually still type? I'm gonna be an anomaly just because I still type. I'm probably the only person that I just thought about it. Does anybody else just type online? Lie? Okay, well, at first I fibbed. I haven't been through anything similar, but all I can say is you don't know how he would have handled the news of you liking him. So maybe it's better that you didn't share. Just remember the good memories of him and keep those with you. Yep. I fibbed though. I don't know. I've never been through that. Let's see. Did anybody else reply? Can you not read? Yes, we can read. I'm a groomsman and Dean. Let's go see your comment. Am I the jerk? Blah, blah, blah. Go see your comment. Reply to your comment. All right. I want to see that guy that's a jerk with the wedding jerk. All right. Reply. Before he left, he was upset at me, told me that if I do end up doing it. Okay. Oh, yeah. I want to know, did she reply? Before he left, he was upset and told me if I end up doing it, I'll regret it, and even told me to watch out. Yeah, watch out. What the fuck does that mean? Watch out, you're going to regret it. What's wrong with that? That's not watch out, I'm going to fucking beat you up. So I'm curious, how would anybody else take that? Does that sound like a threat? Maybe I'm dense in the head, I guess. No, the joke is not looking at your threats, you please do. Alright. On to the next. Whoa. It's been 54 minutes. RPM didn't even pull up. Where's RPM? RPM slacking. Am I the jerk for ending things with my... No, we read this. One more to hit it over the hour mark. I uploaded day 39 for yesterday, so I did not miss any days. My teacher's talking me dirty. What should I do? That's not cool. I don't know. My boyfriend said no to 50-50 ownership of his dog. How do you gonna split a dog in half? For context, I am a 18-year-old female. I can tell because you think you could split a dog in half. And my boyfriend, 19-year-old male, have been together for 3 years. He got his dog Luna. Just before he got together. Although the entire time he's had her, I have cared, trained, and looked after her, no different than I would one of my own dogs. Yeah, that's something you should do for your partner, and you shouldn't expect to have half of their dog for it. What the fuck? Here's if you really love animals, like you can't just take possession. Here's the thing: our families are very close, and his mother came to me and asked me to help out with training Luna as he was getting older and more difficult as she was not quite trained. I said no problem, and Luna was behaving so much better nowadays. I feed her every evening when I come over and take her for walks when I can. He should let you definitely have the dog more. Like, I guess, I'd seen a lot of videos of couples both owning a dog, so it's theirs, and asked my boyfriend about it, asked that Luna could be both of ours, and I chip in if needed for anything too. That's cool. He said, he flat out refused and said she was his no matter what. I don't know if I'm being stupid, but after doing so much for him and Luna, I'd expect something different. I understand that he has had her for years, and she means so much to him, so I'm not mad. So I just don't understand. Should Luna be ours in this relationship? Yes, he should be. Yeah, he should be cool with it being both of yours, especially considering you guys are together. Considering you guys are together, he seems very like possessive of his shit. I mean, I don't know, how long have you guys been together? 3 years? That's a long time. Yeah. He should be cool being both of yours, especially considering you guys are together, right? I could understand if you broke up, if y'all broke up and you tried to, and you asked for part possession then but even then it wouldn't be that bad, because like, yo, I've trained the dog, but you can't split a dog in half, obviously. I could understand if y'all broke up, but even then, who knows? We'll just leave it at that. Said Dmitriy, he should be cool with it being both of yours, especially considering you guys are together, right? I mean, yeah, that's kind of crazy, especially if you dog has been looked in. Right. Your boyfriend's an asshole. Like, he should definitely be open to, like, why he's being just possessive of the title of having, like, what difference is it if he say, okay, it's both of ours. You're actually you're even offering to chip in shit. You know what I mean? Like, for, like you said, any future issues, if any come up. Yeah, he's just being weirdly possessive for some reason. I don't know what to tell you. I would write out, yeah, I would maybe write out your thoughts, and maybe also, and maybe I'll maybe write out your thoughts. I don't know how you would say it. It's like, you get a prenup, tell them it's a prenup ownership. Yeah, write your thoughts. Ask for a prenup ownership. Ask for, I'm just making that up. What is it, prenup? Is it PREN, right? Right, prenup. That's what I thought. There's no, I don't know why I put that there. Prenup. Ask for a prenup ownership. Ask for prenup dog ownership. Reverse, it'll be reverse prenup. I don't know. I'm just making something up, but you know what I'm saying. Basically, if y'all break up, he can have the dog. In other words, if you guys break up, he can have the dog. He can keep the dog. I mean, what harm would it do for him to call it both of your dogs? I don't understand. I don't understand what harm it would do him to call it, to say, just say it right. I don't say what harm it would do him to let you claim ownership. I mean, like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, just so when we talk about the dog, we can say, oh, it's our dog, not your dog. Okay, like, why would that hurt him so bad? It could be our dog. Like, you know, if y'all been together for 3 years. Shit. My friend has a dog, right? It's her dog, obviously. But when she's with me and we're hanging out, I'm like, you know, it's our dog. If somebody asks, I'm like, it's our dog, you know? But it's obviously her dog. She knows that. Like, she wouldn't be upset if I called it my dog to somebody. I just don't get it with it. Yeah. Oh, butt crack. Damn, sometimes I have plumber's crack too sometimes. I have to confess. It happens. Oh, my teachers, well, we're not reading that one again. One more. I missed being live. Oh shit, is Owen streaming? And what time, if so? You're not live. Upcoming. 7 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so a few hours. All right, am I the jerk for saying something in the group chat about our yearly trip that my friend thinks I should have kept private? Let's see if you're an asshole. So every year, me and my buddies and I do a trip, usually 5 or 6 of us. Last 2 years we did Tulum, which was fun, but overpriced for what it actually is. This year, one of the guys already started planning and dropped the resort link in the chat, like $380 per night per room. I responded in the chat saying I wasn't really feeling Tulum again this year, that I have some money saved up for a trip, but would rather put it towards somewhere that actually makes sense. Suggested Costa Rica or even just renting a beach house somewhere on the Gulf, something like that. He got pretty short with me and said I was killing the vibe before anyone else even replied. Then, like 20 minutes later, 2 other guys texted me privately saying they felt the exact same way but didn't want to be the one to say it. Now he's saying I should have brought it up with him privately first before posting anything in the group. But like, it's a group trip. Everyone should have a say from the start, not just after one person already has the whole thing half planned. Maybe the timing wasn't great. I don't know. Am I the jerk? No, he's being sensitive. No, you're not the jerk. No, you're not the jerk. He's being sensitive. The jerk. He's being sensitive. He is. I mean, if it depends. Like, if you value sensitivity, then you would be the jerk because you didn't, I guess, know. Not the jerk, in my opinion. Like I said, Dmitriy Questions on YouTube. There goes our signature. Drop that marketing line back there. I haven't got no violations for it. I haven't got no. You banned. Pull over, you banned. That's got to get me like 1 or 2 subscribers a week, right? If I just drop that in every comment, somebody must eventually subscribe. Surely. Look at my. All right, I'm logging off. I'm out of here, but I'm gonna show you guys my goal chart. I need to update it. Let me show y'all. Let's do this. 1 second. All right. So let's see how close I can get you. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Right up on it. All right, are you ready to see it? All right. So look, I'm trying to get to 200 by May 25th. That's 100 days. We're at like 77. If you can, basically I'm showing you this to say if you can, subscribe. Oh, where's the camera? There I am. Subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. Whoa. Let me get you back in your spot. You know, gotta make it look like professional, you know, like not just like Blair Witch Project. But yeah, I'm out. I love you all. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday. See you tomorrow. It's March 23rd. Eliz, Kate, RPM, Big Liar Bear, even you. Oh, that is you, Elizabeth. I knew that was you. I knew that was you, Elizabeth. I knew it. I knew that. I said that was your energy. All right, I'm out. Out.